في ظل الأوضاع الاقتصادية التي يشهدها العالم والتي كانت سبباً أساسياً في ازدياد أعداد اللاجئين الذين تقطعت بهم السبل سواء كانوا نساء وأطفال وغيرهم من الضحايا، الأمر الذي دفع العديد من الدول ومن بينها الأردن لاستقبال المنظمات التي تعنى بالعمل الإنساني. فالعمل الإنساني هو بصيص أمل للكثير من العائلات المتضررة من لاجئين وشعوب مستضيفة. واليوم سوف نسلط الضوء على واحدة من أبرز هذه المنظمات الإنسانية، منظمة انترسوس الإيطالية. ويسعدني أن أرحب بضيفي الكريم مدير منظمة انترسوس الإيطالية السيد إيفروي. Mr. Ifroy, thank you for having us today.
Thank you for having me.
And can you tell us about the organization, Intersos organization, briefly?
Yes, absolutely. Intersos is a protection organization that is based in Italy, in Rome, and that is active very much around the world in 17 different countries, and especially working on the field of protection, meaning that it is looking at the people that are most vulnerable and that have the most protection concern, and is trying to address this protection concern either by legal service or direct support or mental health and psychosocial support. So this is very much what we are doing worldwide. In Jordan, we have been present since the beginning of the crisis, of the Syrian refugee crisis specifically. And what we have done is that we have focused on the refugee population, also the Jordanian population, and also other nationality, to see, depending on the vulnerability, either financial vulnerability, questions of child protection, question of gender-based violence, question of support and inclusion of people with disabilities. We have very much focused on providing a service in all of these avenues. We have also been active in the water and sanitation sector for places, especially in urban and rural areas that had trouble accessing safe water. We have been working with schools also to have people that are enrolled in a program and that are in school instead of doing child labor outside. And we have been working also as well on infrastructure in the school to have a better environment and a safer environment for kids.
Yeah, and we would like to know what are the services that are provided by Intersos organization to refugees and what are the features of this organization?
Absolutely. So again, we are working both with the refugee and Jordanian population. The different type of sectors I mentioned already, the different type of service is very much according to each sector that we are working on. For example, we have on the water and sanitation sector, we have done in the past program where we have provided some water filter, we have provided some and made some rehabilitation in household or in latrine block in school, for example. We have distributed some kits that we call not food item kits with inside hygiene material, this kind of thing, hygiene kits. We have also worked with direct financial support during period in winterization. And obviously we have adapted like this kind of package to the current pandemic that we had since March last year. What we have done also, for example, giving you another sector in terms of gender-based violence, what we do to address the protection concern of the population that we are saving is that we have services to raise awareness about gender-based violence inside the community. And then we have also direct services in terms of case management, giving like legal or administrative advice or pathway to people, interacting with other organizations or with public services so that people can, if they are a survivor of gender-based violence, can find a way out of this. We have 4 specific cases, some support through cash, either like one time in case of emergency or in terms of rent, to be able to pay the rent if the person is not safe at home with the family. So this is the kind of packages that we are providing right now. We have worked also, I mentioned, on child protection. So that means that we have case managers that are following children that are in protection concern and that are working with the family and working with the public sector to have people inside school. Also with support programs that are along that. If we have people that after this support also still need to talk to a counselor, we have a program with group support. We have a program with individual support. We are partnering with other organizations that can support us also in this regard. So this is the kind of service and program that we are having.
Mr. Ifroy, how does corona pandemic affect on this organization?
Overall, I think it affects us all very much since the start in March.
Yeah.
If we look at the data that is available in Jordan and that we are discussing with the line ministries and the other organizations that are present, there have been a number of studies that have been done at the very beginning during the lockdown, and what was found out is that on average between 90 to 92% of the household in Jordan said that they had a loss of revenue during this period of lockdown that for some of them also continued after. And out of this 92%, only 9% of them had any form of saving. And among the people who had saving at home, 70% of them mentioned that the saving would last less than a month. So if you look at the situation overall, it's obviously impacting everyone that is living in Jordan right now. It's affecting even more so the informal sector. And since refugees are working a little bit more on the informal sector than the rest of the population in Jordan, it's affecting them a lot also. But speaking also about the specific population that we are supporting, like people with disabilities, for example, out of people with disabilities is like 96% of the families that have people with disability that are estimated losing revenue solutions during the lockdown, the initial lockdown that we had in March, April, beginning of May last year. And out of these, we have like 83% that were in a situation of debt. If we speak about people with disability, a lot of them, when we talk about physical disability or mental disability as well, need to have a service that is provided to them as a clinic. Now you know that the hospitals and the clinic are mostly focused on the pandemic. What we noticed is that during this period, 88% of the people with disability in need for a service were actually not able to go to the clinic to receive the service. And out of these, actually 55% of this population was also not able to have the treatment, not only going to the clinic, but be able to procure the treatment from a pharmacy. I mentioned gender-based violence as well. What we notice is that we discuss with all the actors and everyone like worldwide in Jordan and the rest of the world as well, agreed that the number of gender-based violence was very much in the rise and in increase during this period, because also people were losing revenue, stuck at home, and sometimes a survivor of gender-based violence can be stuck at home with a perpetrator for intimate partner violence, for example. And what we noticed is that during this period also, the number of people who managed to reach an outside service and to access an outside service and to be registered in the general database that exists to see whose people are receiving a support had decreased by 68%, at the same time that it was very clearly increasing everywhere in the world. In the Jordan GBV IMS, which is the general database that all the humanitarian actors are using, and as well with the UN, with UNHCR, it was a decrease by 68%. So the impact was very, very important. For us, the way that we have adapted our services was first to not harm the population that we are supporting, as well as our team. So what we have done is that we have adapted our model a little bit. For all the activities, it's still very important to raise awareness on this kind of concern, but obviously we cannot do like a big community event with like 200 people, 300 people, 500 people. So we work a lot with social media, we work a lot with some awareness raising sessions that are done online, that are done through WhatsApp, through online tool, with specific material that we have developed during this period. We have trained our staff to provide during the lockdown psychological first aid, for example, and after the lockdown to have people that are followed from a distance as much as possible. But we have also, whenever possible, according to the number of cases and the decisions by the Ministry of Health, to have a solution on small groups to raise awareness in small groups, or to have face-to-face meeting with trained case manager whenever it's not possible for the person to access an online solution.
Mr. Yves, is there any external resources that support this organization?
There are mostly. So
what are these resources?
We have several organizations that are supporting us. Mostly, I mean, we have several donors that are working with us. We have the European Commission that is working with ECHO, that is the Emergency Humanitarian Office for the European Commission in terms of support, that has been supporting us for a number of years now, and that is still supporting us to this day in terms of gender-based violence. We have been working with the Pool Fund from the UN also, where we had several programs, some of which that we were able to adapt with their support to provide the direct support and to provide direct basic need fund support for people who are experiencing a loss of revenue during this period. So it's also something that we have adjusted or have projects that are coming along this line. And we have also the Italian cooperation, because we are an Italian organization. And we had also a number of projects that are focused on education, on gender-based violence, on support of people with disabilities, mostly on protection and education together, that we have done also for a number of years. And right now we are in our third phase is going to start soon on gender-based violence with the Italian cooperation.
Yeah, that's good. إذا كان معنا لهذا اليوم مدير منظمة انترسوس الإيطالية السيد إيف روي. Mr. Yves Roy, thank you for having us today, and thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing us the valuable information.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.